I wanted to show how I've been watering the plants, the trees, by filling up these buckets and letting them drain, so I'm not standing there the whole time trying to get this all filled up. So I've been doing this every day or two, not every single day. Things come up and I can't do it, and then I gotta make sure that I do it the next morning. But I thought, since I have to water these zucchinis, and they were right in a row next to each other and they were starting to crowd each other, I thought, why not use them? So before I watered them today, while they're still fairly light, put them in the back of the truck and brought them up here. So then when I watered them, all that manure tea that was just going into the clay that I wasn't going to use for planting in that area, and making that better, I hope, or something, that they would be used for the trees. So as soon as that gets low enough for me to dump what's below the hole, I'm going to pour it into the zucchini, and then I'm going to water all of them. I was having to move the hose. Those are kiwis up there, and the smaller buckets are kiwis that I started from seed last year. I'll make a video on those later. But instead of having to take this hose down to the next level, since I've got stuff going on this level with the house, and then the garden originally was down below, which eventually that's where my garden will be. Having to move this hose back and forth, and there's no steps, I kind of have to go down a slope, which I've already fallen on that slope a couple of times. So I thought, well, make it easier on myself and bring some of those up here, and then get the rest up onto that this area and make it easier on myself to water. So it's real life Farmville. I can move stuff. Not as easily as click and move, but drag. I am using the truck, so it's not so bad. And I've also done some things with some strawberries. I refuse, let me move this out of the way, give up on my vertical gardening. So these are all survivors from the other place that I've moved and transplanted into these containers, which I can do this much better. I was using those floral, actually, they were used for flowers in the grocery store, for cut flowers. So hopefully I'll get some strawberries before the ants get to them. That's the big thing, that even in the beds and the various other things I tried, I wasn't able to get to them like I should wanted to. So some are already turning color, and I transplanted them just like that yesterday into these containers, and try to put most of them, these were done before I thought about doing this, and then a few of them had more than one plant in it, so I was able to divide and put them toward one side of these 1 gallon buckets. And I think I've got plenty more of these containers, but they're still at the other place. So I'm going to have to bring them over, and I'm going to transplant the chestnuts out of the 1 gallon buckets. And I think this will give them a little bit longer, because the roots don't seem to go outward as much as downward. And if I keep these here until they're bigger and better established for transplanting, I want them to get a little bit deeper root, as deep as root as I can. And yes, I have bought those pretty glass globe watering things that you put into your plants, and I still have them. I didn't break any of them yet, but got these bottles, and we've been drinking juices mixed with these Persian, I never can say the name right, but anyway, that sparkling carbonated water, mineral water, and it's just nice to have something not overly sweet. But these are working nicely. See, that one's already gone down to here, and I'm just looking for different systems that I can start putting into play, reusing. So instead of going into the garbage or even the recycle, these are going to be used until they can't be used anymore. And I'm doing the same here with the Asian sweet potatoes. And I'm thinking about just leaving that mound, letting it be, and putting planting some more Asian sweet potatoes, a couple more, 2 in there, and then using that one with white potatoes that I've got sprouting in the cupboard. And I've got these trash cans that we had used in the truck, loading them with horse manure and bringing them over here. And I'm thinking I could use some of them as planters, kind of playing, going back and forth on that. Yeah, yes, those are beer bottles. So I'm going to move these to the other side, put it closer to the door for me to get easier access. And I'm thinking about making some sort of system that hangs off the back deck for me too, so I can have easy access to herbs and not have everything inside. Experimenting still, I'm always going to. Hopefully in the next week all that's going to get taken down. Next week or 2. The way I go is probably in about 3-4 weeks maybe. But real life Farmville, I get to move things around since I'm container gardening. And I'm going to pull out a little cart for the ones I'm not using the truck to move them by. But it's worth using the truck to move stuff from down there up to there. Thanks for watching.